trend that's making waves on social media lately called the winter arc. I don't know if you've seen it. It's all about using the last 3 months of the year to get a jump start on your goals instead of waiting till January 1st. Cool idea, but come on. I mean, in these videos, they say stuff like, oh my God, I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. every day and work out for 3 hours, and I'm going to get super ripped and get a fat butt. Yeah, one actually said that. And I'm going to journal twice a day and meditate for an hour and read 17 books and learn a new language and... Okay, I'm all for self-improvement, but personally, I think we mamas have enough on our plate this time of year without the added stress of adding more expectations to our to-do list. So I've created a very simple, easy, mini winter arc plan for those of us who are crazy busy, but also want to get through the holidays looking and feeling, like $1 million instead of worn out, exhausted, and 10 pounds heavier. I don't know about you, but even though I love this time of year when everything's all festive and twinkly, my town looks so pretty in December, but as much as I love that, life can be so stressful this time of year, there's so much going on, so much to do, so many expectations from so many different people. And let's face it, most of us girls tend to put ourselves and our needs on the back burner, dead last. So by the end of the year, we're a total hot mess. Exhausted, cranky, our clothes are tight from all that merrymaking, and now we gotta face January when the bills come in, when we feel like crap, and it's the dead of winter, dark, cold, and totally depressing. Wouldn't it be great if we could actually enjoy the holiday season and hit January feeling great about ourselves, physically and mentally, instead of lousy? Well, I want to share with you this 4-step mini winter arc I've created. It's a plan for the last few weeks of the year it's pretty simple, easy, and very realistic, I think. Technically, winter arc's supposed to start October 1st, but hey, better late than never, right? We got this, no matter how busy we are. Okay. But before you begin, I want you to give yourself 5 minutes to just sit down, focus, and get intentional about what you want the next few weeks to look like. Then I'll give you a simple routine that'll help you keep on track and make you feel your absolute best instead of stressed and overwhelmed and eating too many Christmas cookies. Okay, here we go. 4 parts to a happy, healthy, stress-free holiday season. Planning, blocking, moving, and prepping. But before we dive in, I want you to first take a moment right now to sit down and think about 3 things. Actually, write this down. Studies show that when you physically write things down, they get more cemented in your brain. Okay, ready? Number 1, what do you really want these next few weeks to look like and feel like? And 2, who do you want to be? Do you want to be a grouch who's totally stressed out and feels annoyed by everyone around you because, you're probably doing all the work? Or do you want to be the person you really are inside, which is, pretty chill, happy, and fun to be around? And 3, how do you want to feel on January 1st as you're facing a brand new year? Know what I mean? For me, I know what I don't want. I don't want to feel totally crazed during the holidays, and I don't want to go to parties feeling like, my clothes are tight because I haven't been exercising and I've been snacking on too many sweets. I don't want to feel stressed out because I'm behind on my Christmas shopping and I haven't sent my holiday cards yet and our relatives are about to descend. I want to feel good. I want to feel happy, relaxed, prepared, everything's chill, Hey, I also want to feel pretty, full of energy, full of joy. Who doesn't, right? Okay, here we go. I'll share the routine that I've mapped out for my mini winter arc so I can land on January 1st feeling really good. I usually wake up at around 6. I don't set an alarm. I just find that if I have the lights out at 10, which I try to do every night, my body just naturally wakes up at around 6. Well, I'd love to tell you that the first thing I do in the morning is yoga or meditation or drink water. Nope, it's coffee. I'm a coffee girl. I just love my coffee in the morning in my bathrobe, just for 5 minutes. It's my me time. I don't look at my phone though, because that just puts crap in my head that other people are focused on. And the best thing to do if you want to be happy and feel good is to think about what you want to focus on. Don't let other people control that. So you want a powerful mindset hack? Start your day by writing down just a few things. It really just takes 5 minutes. This is part 1 of the planning. Number 1. Something I'm grateful for. It could be just as simple as this hot cup of coffee. Then number 2, list 3 intentions for the day. No, I'm not talking about a to-do list because, that'll make you feel overwhelmed, which is just not a good way to start the day. No, I'm talking about how you want to feel today as you go through your day and things that you can control to help you feel that way. Like, maybe don't watch, listen to, or read the news. It's all bad and scary right now anyway. If something really bad happens, don't worry, you'll find out. And maybe don't scroll on social media because for one thing, it's a total time suck. And for another thing, all you're going to see is pictures of perfect looking people doing perfectly looking happy things with their perfect seeming friends and families, right? And whether you mean to or not, you're going to compare yourself, even though you already know that comparison is the thief of joy, as Teddy Roosevelt famously once said. My intentions are making time for exercise every day, even if that's just a 20-minute walk. More on that later. Sticking to my intention to eat healthy, unprocessed food, stay away from sugar, and minimal alcohol if I can. And my third one is to be intentional about my time and discipline about time blocking on my calendar. More on that later too. I also quickly jot down something I'm looking forward to today and something I can do to feel good and be my best self today, even if that's just taking a few slow, deep breaths sometimes and remembering to smile once in a while. Okay, so then I go wash my face. If you know me, you know that a good skincare routine is very important to me. I mean, if you want great skin, especially as you age, you've got to take great care of it. Then I get dressed. I work from home, so most days this time of year, I'm just in jeans and a sweater. Then I go for a quick walk. I get outside, breathe in some fresh air, and use that time to, wake up my body. It's only about 20 minutes, just enough to get the blood flowing, even if it's cold. Nothing like a brisk walk to wake you up, right? Plus, it's really important to get some sun for vitamin D, especially this time of year. And in the morning, getting that bright light without sunglasses for a few minutes really helps calibrate your equilibrium, which means ultimately it helps your sleep, which is always a good thing, right? Okay, then go for that big glass of water. To be honest, I have not been good about drinking a lot of water every day, so that's one of my winter art goals, 6 to 8 glasses a day. It's especially important at midlife and beyond because as we age, our sense of thirst diminishes. So even though we might be dehydrated, we're less apt to actually feel thirsty. Isn't that wild? So it's super important to proactively drink water throughout the day. And that helps alleviate some menopause symptoms too. So that's always a plus. So all this might sound like a lot already, but so far we're only talking 5 minutes for coffee and contemplation and writing down your intentions, then 5 minutes for washing your face at the sink or in the shower, then a 15 to 20 minute walk outside. Or reverse those last two, doesn't really matter, just get them in. So out of the 4 steps, planning, blocking, moving, and prepping, we've already done some planning and moving. Now let's talk about blocking. Since I work from home, one of my biggest challenges is staying focused because, it's so easy to get distracted. So every day I take 5 minutes and block out my time on my calendar. It's like setting mini appointments with myself to make sure I'm getting things done and staying productive. I find if I don't set specific times for my priorities, I tend to get sidetracked. Yeah, and before you know it, I'm looking at shoes online. So time blocking keeps me focused, organized, and on track. Oh, and by the way, if you're at a desk job or sitting still for more than 30 minutes, set a reminder for yourself to get up and move your body, right? It doesn't have to be anything major, just a quick walk around the room or the block or a few stretches to get your blood moving. Sitting for long stretches is the new smoking. It's super important to keep our circulation going. Plus, you'll feel more energized and focused when you get back to your tasks. All right, now let's talk more about moving our body. My daily goal is to get 6,000 steps. Normally, I'd aim for that classic 10,000, but right now I've got a patella issue and a slightly torn meniscus, both in my knee. I didn't fall or anything, it's just wear and tear from getting older. Another thing we can thank decreased hormones for. So set up your daily step goal and make it a non-negotiable with yourself. It's best to get it all in before dinner so you don't raise your heart rate too close to bedtime. But hey, if it's 9 p.m. and you don't have your steps in yet, go for a walk around the block a few times if you have to. Physical activity is key to feeling good and keeping your body and your brain working at its best. I'm sure you know that. On top of the walking, 3 times a week, I go to the gym for a quick session. Just 30 minutes of moderate cardio on the elliptical or the stationary bike, or 20 if I'm really pressed for time, plus about 10 to 15 minutes of weight training. Normally, I would do more than that, but when I have so much else going on, my goal is to squeeze in whatever exercise I can manage. Skipping is not an option, but done is better than perfect, right? And if you don't have a gym, you can do this at home with dumbbells and a stationary bike or something if you have one, or just take a long, brisk walk outside. It's about staying active and doing what works for your body and your life. Then after a full day, I make a quick and simple but healthy dinner. Nothing fancy, just something that's nutritious and easy to whip up. Maybe a quick stir fry, a big salad with protein, or a hearty soup with ground turkey and a ton of veggies. By the way, I've got a fantastic recipe for that soup that Dee Dee, my late mother-in-law, gave me years ago that I love. I usually triple the recipe and pour it into 2-cup glass containers so I can freeze it or keep it in the fridge and grab for a quick lunch. Super easy and fast. I'll share the recipe in the description if you want it. It's so good and really healthy. And then, since the holidays are basically upon us already, I devote about an hour every evening to holiday prep. Each week I make a list of what I want to get done, whether it's, sending holiday cards, doing my Christmas shopping, wrapping gifts, or all that other stuff. So here's how my weekly routine looks during my little mini winter arc. Sunday through Thursday nights, I focus on holiday prep, whether it's for an hour, 30 minutes, or even longer if I've got the time. I tackle one task at a time, like buying, wrapping, planning, or preparing for my family onslaught. But I also make sure to set aside one night a week just for self-care, just for me. This is my time to unwind, whether that's a bubble bath, a pedicure, or just cozying up by the fire with a good book. Whatever I'm in the mood for. This is really important, you guys, so don't fall back into the habit of putting yourself last. Promise? Then I keep Friday and Saturday nights open for fun and relaxation. I might go out with friends, have a nice dinner, or maybe just stay in with my husband and binge watch our favorite show on Netflix. Even during the holidays, I don't want to go out all the time. Those evenings are about connecting with my favorite people and recharging for the week ahead. During the day on weekends, I try to get a little bit more time outdoors for that super important natural light and sunshine in the morning. I might go for a really long walk or a hike, and then I usually have a little bit more Christmas shopping to do, and wrapping, of course. But I have a hard stop at 5 o'clock so I can get ready for a fun evening, whether it's out or at home. And that's my mini winter arc. Just a few simple habits to take control of my health, manage my holiday stress, and feel a bit more centered as the year winds down. Remember, guys, this is not about perfection. It's about creating little routines that make us feel more grounded, as stress-free as possible, and just happier. If you're thinking about trying your own mini winter arc, start small. Either follow mine or just pick 1 or 2 things that feel right for you and see how they fit into your life. And if you're joining me on this journey, tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear what habits you're working on. Oh, and by the way, if you want a really cool gift idea, you should definitely check this out. It's my new favorite thing. Thanks so much for watching. Sending you all peace, love, and light.